Great, here we go. We don't need a lot of space. We're going to do everything in one spot, so we don't need to go back and forth, side to sides. We're going to stay in the same spot. We're going to walk in place. We're going to run in place. We're going to gallop in place. We're going to hop on 2 feet in place, and we're going to hop on 1 foot in place without having to move around. So when we get that done, then we're done with these movements for the day, and we can move on to the main activity. We're going to do each one 4 times. So we're going to walk 4 times, and I'll tell you when to start and stop. If you are not breathing heavy right now, by the time you get finished with this, you will be breathing heavy, all right? So get yourself set up. If you're sitting on the couch, step away from the couch. If you're sitting at a chair at a table, push the chair back so the chair does not interfere with what you're about to do. Here we go. Setting up. We're going to walk in place. Don't worry about a fast pace. Just worry about a nice, smooth pace. Walking 4 times, round 1, ready, go. And stop. There's 1 round in. You've got 3 more rounds of walking to go. Focus on your breathing. You might not be breathing heavy just yet, but we'll get there. We will get there. If you were sitting down, that might have actually increased your heart rate just a tad, but not too much, as walking is a nice, slow activity. Round 2, ready, go. And stop it right there. We've got 2 rounds in. We've got 2 more rounds to go. Once again, focus on the breathing. I am outside currently right now. It's very humid. It's making it a little more difficult to breathe, but that's okay. If you're inside your house, we're good. You should be breathing a little more since we've got a lot more movement in. We got 2 more rounds of walking to go. Ready, go. And stop. We've got 1 more round to go. 1 more round of walking to go before we move on to the running phase. A couple more deep breaths. And go. Walking again. Last walking. Make it your best one. You should be in a rhythm now. Feet should be moving easily. Knees should be warmed up. Your hips should be good. Your shoulders from swinging your arms. And stop. All right, we're done with our walking. Next one, we're going to do running. Very similar to how we just walked in place, but we're going to go a little faster. You should definitely feel your heart start pumping when we're finished with this. We're going to do this one 4 times also. So, round 1 of running, and go. And stop. We got 1 round down. 3 more rounds of running in place to go. Once again, I'm already starting to breathe heavy. Starting to feel it. My heart is pumping really fast. It means I'm alive. It means I'm getting fit, getting better. The more we do this, the more our heart and lungs get better at getting oxygen and blood throughout our bodies. Round 2 of running. Ready, go. And stop. Halfway done with our running. Halfway done with our running. Couple of deep breaths. Maybe stand still and maybe rock side to side. I tend to rock side to side to keep the blood flowing through my legs. 2 more rounds of running. As you can tell, I'm starting to breathe a little heavy. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Here we go. Round 3 of running in place, and go. And stop. We got 1 more round of running to go. 1 more round, and then we'll move on to galloping. Move on to galloping. Whew. Get those deep breaths in. Get that good oxygen into the body. 1 more round of running, and then we move on to galloping. Here we go. And stop. When we move on to galloping, good job with the running and walking so far. When we move on to galloping, remember, 1 foot stays in behind, 1 foot always stays in front. You never switch your feet in galloping. So 1 foot will go up and down behind you, One foot will go up and down in front of you. If it helps, imagine you're a horse and you're galloping around the field. Just imagine yourself galloping around that field. We're going to do this one also 4 times. So let's get set up. So we got 1 foot in back, 1 foot in front. And both feet are just going to go up and down. Ready? And go. And stop. If you listen to your feet, you should hear your feet counting 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right? A couple deep breaths, and then we'll do that one again. If you want to switch your feet as to which foot stays up front, you may switch your feet, but don't do it in the middle of the movement. Do it in between. So round 2 of galloping. 1 foot in back, 1 foot in front. Ready, go. And stop. Halfway done with the galloping. This time, I'm going to switch what my front foot is because I like to keep things even. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you do not have to. Just remember to focus on the 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 with your back foot and front foot. All right, reset your feet. 1 foot in back, 1 foot in front. Round 3, and go. And stop. We got 1 more round of galloping to go. Once again, you should feel a little tired now. If you don't, you are in fantastic shape. I am sweating. I am breathing heavy. It means I'm working hard. 1 more round of galloping to go. 1 more round of galloping. Set your back foot. Set your front foot. Ready, and go. And stop. Done with the galloping. Now, we're going to do hopping on 2 feet. When we hop on 2 feet, use your imagination and imagine that you have glued your feet together and they are stuck. So both feet are going to leave the ground and land at the same time. If they're not together, that means we're galloping. If they're together, it means we're hopping on 2 feet. Or technical terms, it's called jumping. But I like to call it hopping on 2 feet because it's easier to understand. 4 rounds of hopping on 2 feet. Ready? Go. And stop. 1 round down. 3 more rounds to go. Whew. This is hard. If this isn't hard, once again, you are in fantastic shape. You are healthy. You are fit. Probably because you play sports or you play all the time, and that's okay. Whatever gets you up and moving around is a good thing. Both feet back together, round 2. Go. And stop. Halfway done. 2 more rounds of hopping on 2 feet to go. Once again, focus on the breathing. If you got some sweat rolling on your face, you may wipe it away. I'll try to stay back here so you can see my whole body and not have my head cut off by the camera. All right, round 3, hopping on 2 feet. Ready, go. And stop. 1 more round of hopping on 2 feet to go. And then we move on to hopping on 1 foot. Whew. Get that oxygen in. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. 1 more round to go. Hopping on 2 feet. And then we finish up with hopping on 1 foot. And then we're done with this portion of our activity class. Here we go. Hopping on 2 feet. Put your feet back together and go. And finish it. Here we go. Last one, hopping on 1 foot. Pretty simple to explain. You're going to lift 1 foot off the floor, and you're going to hop on 1 foot. Once again, I'll say go, and we hop on 1 foot. I'll say stop, and then we'll catch our breath, and we're going to do this again 4 times. What I would like you to do is try to do 2